Now, I feel like we've established it's very toxic out there, but from what you're seeing, are there things that are more detrimental that you're seeing more of as far as toxicity goes, whether that's heavy metals, glyphosate? Is there something that's sticking out, or is it just a massive conglomerate in that barrel?
Well, the reason that we're using that analogy of the barrel is because it basically is the image of an all-inclusive vessel from which all these different toxic inputs are basically filling up. And just as you suggested, there hopefully is within our body the capacity to be able to process and eliminate these toxins through the liver and the kidneys and digestive tract through its normal processes. But definitely, maybe it's the last 3 years, call me crazy, but definitely there's been something that's changed that not just me, but also the other practitioners within this office and my other colleagues, we've all acknowledged that something seems different. And when it's worth at least mentioning for people that are listening to this podcast, just to remind everybody what our normal detoxification organs are. So, yeah, our cells our cells themselves have the ability to detoxify, every single one. And that's through like the intracellular antioxidants. And everybody knows about the magic of glutathione, but there's other ones like catalase and superoxide dismutase that all help to kind of like bind onto and deactivate toxins to clear it out of the cell. But we also have to remember the cell membrane is also like the cell's detox organ and also the organ with which it brings nutrients in. So if cells are not getting oxygen properly or being able to remove toxins, the cells themselves become sick. And at the very cellular level, things start breaking down. And then also remember, there's the whole lymphatic system, which is our internal sewage system, which basically puts toxins into the circulation so that it can go to the liver, where it's processed through phase 1, and then phase 2, detoxification. Then phase 3 is through the digestive tract. Hopefully a person's having a regular bowel movement, which helps as our exhaust system to move that all out. And then the kidneys are kind of like the secondary pathway. So people that are constipated, they might end up feeling like they have to urinate all the time because toxins have to go through the kidneys. And if the kidneys are backed up too, then the next place is the skin, which is where people can start noticing like very resistant rashes or psoriasis. The signs of toxicity are what people are starting to recognize, which very fundamentally, it could be chronic skin rashes or hives, like histamine reactions. But also it's like the very symptom of fatigue is a very simple way of measuring toxicity, because going back to where we started, if the cell is not able to get toxins out and get nutrients in, then the cell is not able to make energy properly. The mitochondria get poisoned, and that's where we don't make ATP. Like that's why everybody's trying so many things to try to stimulate mitochondrial function. And fatigue, like exhaustion, is usually a sign of mitochondrial dysfunction. And there's many reasons for that. Toxins is a big component of it. And then if a person's toxic, infections can become much more, they can gain access. They kind of take advantage of a poorly oxygenated cell. They kind of camp out. They create inflammation. They further cause dysfunction around the cell. And so then it's a vicious cycle. It just gets worse and worse. And
I was going to say, you have this vicious cycle that happens. That's this like toxicity, infection, inflammation, toxicity, and it just keeps going. And we become incredibly burdened, our organs, and how we exhibit is always unique and different for each person.